Hi everyone, welcome J&D Gardens. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please support us by planting that subscribe button. And if you're already a viewer, welcome back. Be sure to tell a friend. Now today is episode 4 in our winter composting series. And it's been about 2 weeks, maybe a little longer, because last weekend we had a lot of snow. We had over 8 inches, and it was this whole area was totally covered. But it's amazing what a week does. All the snow is gone, and like I said in the other videos, every now and then Mother Nature gives you a break and allows you to get outside. It's about 20 something degrees, so it is cold, but the sun is shining. It's actually a beautiful day, and it's not too bad. I mean, I'm covered up, but I'm comfortable and I'm raring to go, and I'm looking forward to seeing how we're doing. So we're gonna check to see what the temperature is. We're gonna show you how to do a full turn and of the pile, and we'll add whatever materials we need to get it stoked up again. So stick around. All right, so we have our tarp on it. If you saw from the last video, that allows it to collect the, it stops all the water from washing everything out, any snow or rain, and it helps to absorb more heat from the sun during the day. So let's take this off and see how we're doing. So which pile to do first? Let's try this one. Why not? So I'm gonna take the lid off here. See, temperature is reading a little over about 110, so that's not bad. Definitely wanted to get it warmer. So right now I'm gonna start show you how I'm doing. I'm gonna pull out the gates, and a little frost towards the end, but not bad. Let's just see. Still soft. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, look at that. Let's move the pile. Okay. See how we're doing. Everything seems to be breaking down. A lot more brown in there, yeah. I had some big pieces, but yeah, it's, you know, truth be told, when I see other people do composting, it actually, this actually looks like some other people's ready products. So, here we go. So now some of these, I left some of the larger canna stalks in there because I want to see how they break down and show you as we go along. Anything that doesn't break down in that 6 to 8 week period that we spoke about, we're just going to sift it all out, and then it'll just go for the next pile. But yeah, see, the pile's not frozen and still pretty moist. I don't think we're gonna need too much water in this, thank God. That is a pain getting water out here during the winter, but yeah, it's breaking down. It's breaking down nicely. Look at it. If you remember what this looked like when we first started. Let's see if we can pull out the other gate. Let's move this all over. Yeah, it's breaking down. Not a bad smell, so it's not like it has too much nitrogen. Yeah, for about 2 weeks in, it's doing pretty good. Not totally steaming, because I said we want to get a little hotter, but it's doing pretty well. If you see some of my other videos, you see me, we'll leave some links to it. If you see the fall video where we got this going up to 160, as soon as I opened it up, a bunch of steam came out. It was like the devil was gonna jump out of it. That's how hot it was. This is a little warm to the touch, not bad. but well, there we go. But either way, I mean, it's breaking down rather nicely. Wow. So, and a lot of has to do with the, like I said, some big pieces in here, but a lot of has to do with the prep work you do in the beginning, and that's the processing. You saw in the first few videos, breaking everything down. But yeah, it's kind of amazing. Still some big pieces in here, but for 2 weeks in, I'm pretty happy. Let's see, almost there. So by turning the pile here, what you're doing is you're allowing air to get in between all the material, so it'll break down quicker. If you leave it just piled up, everything just kind of stays the way it is. It just takes a long time to break down. Ideally, I'd like to turn the pile once a week, but in the cold weather, like I said, you never know. Like I said, I would have liked to have been out here last week, but too much snow. Let me see. See? Yeah, everything's still moist, so that's good. So since it's still wet, but I don't smell the sulfur smell from having too much nitrogen, I think today we're gonna, all that we really have to do, we'll add some more water, because it was good to do that. But I think what we'll do is we'll add a fair amount of carbon, get this heated up a little more, because the moisture in here is great. And like I said, I don't smell anything bad. I'm just totally happy with the way this is turning out. Said you do your homework in the beginning by processing everything. It's just gonna break down that much quicker. Like I said, we get people asking us, how is it that you can do a 6 to 8 week pile? And the reason we can, even in winter, is all the work you do in the beginning. And obviously the turning, but the more you break things down, the better. I mean, wow. I think I could probably sift this pile out and get like a good full planter bed of soil that I could use. I'm really amazed. Truth be told, it's been so cold. I thought a lot of this might be frozen because it was just so cold. But just shows you how well this tarp does. No matter how cold, and it was getting in the single digits several nights. In the morning, sun comes out, bakes that. I can only imagine how hot it is in here. Well, actually, I know it's over 110. So let me just get to the bottom here. All the good stuff's in the bottom. All right, pretty good. That has a lot of compost. Not quite finished yet, but doing pretty well. So let me bring some of the leaves and sawdust, and we're just gonna pile, and I'll add some water. So I got a bunch of leaves here. Let me clear out some of the front so I can put the gate back in. like I said, it's about 20 degrees, but sun is in a perfect spot right now. Can't ask for better. Oh, there's some leftover pumpkin breaking down, not too much of that. Okay. Okay. So I loosened up what's in the bottom. I'm gonna put the gate, start it back up again. There you go. So let me get my handy dandy scoop. Actually, I could probably do this by hand, but that's all right. I'm gonna take my shredded leaves. I'm gonna add a fair amount of this because, like I said, this is all still wet, which is great. The leaves is what gets everything fired up, literally. Like I said, next week, I believe we're gonna be having weather in the 40s, which is for the beginning of February. Awesome. I think when I do another video next week, I'll probably be out here with a t-shirt and shorts. Well, maybe not shorts, but here we go. But it's supposed to be nice, so it'll be hopefully the next time we pull this out, you'll see the steam coming out of here. So I think what we just need to dry it up a little bit, and that's where this comes in. Start to fire. Okay. So we did that. Let's add it back. I'm gonna put another pile, and then I'll add some water. I brought some water out in some buckets. Look at that. Actually, so it doesn't start pouring out. Let me put another gate. Oh, got some dirt caught on this. I'll clean it off. There you go. There we go. And again, it's all about layering. I'm not adding any food scraps today. I'm building up some to the chagrin of Jackie. I'm taking up room in the in the freezer, but that's all right. Next time we come, we'll have more food scraps we throw in as well. Today, just want to heat everything up again. It is some work, but imagine the amount of compost you're going to have. It's like you can have a whole yard just from this one bin, and we're still going to add more. So we have 4 yards here, which is great because we're going to be starting about 6 or 7 new planter beds. So we're going to need tons of this. As soon as this pile's over, we're going to start another one. I guess that'll bring us to sometime in March. Get it. Okay, so even though it's moist, I'm gonna add a few more leaves, and I'll add some water. I said, you saw it. Don't worry about it freezing, because even during the night, the pile stays warm. That should be good for now. Why not? All right, let me keep filling up this pile. Probably can put another gate in there. So it's gonna seem that once you turn your pile, you actually seem they have more than when you first started, beyond the little bit of leaves or whatever materials you put in. And that's because like you're aerating it. So for the past 2 weeks or so. It's been compacting down, breaking down. And now what we're doing is giving a fluff, I guess is the best way to put it. And allows a lot more air in there. And the air is just gonna keep breaking everything down. And the water, and the heat will start incinerating all those leaves. They're gonna look gray when they come out because they're just kind of burning up. Like I said, hopefully next weekend we can show you that. And even if it doesn't come out like that, still, even if we can't show you all that smoke coming out of there like we did in other videos, that's okay. Know that it's obviously breaking down. That's a can of leaf there. Let's add some more leaves. Don't make your layers too thick, you know, no more than an inch. Just move it around because, yeah, you don't want it to take too long to break down. Okay. All right. All right, let's add another one. And if you're new to composting, you see how the gates work. As you're building up the pile, you don't want it to fall back out, so the gates hold it in place. And depending if you have this bar here like we do, you can just keep throwing it in there, but now we'll go from the top. But especially over the winter, some people leave their compost piles open, and that's fine, but I find to have it closed off with these gates is that much quicker that everything's gonna break down. It's gonna help hold in all that heat. And the heat is what we need to get things broken down quicker. And another reason for the gate is to keep the critters out. I think a winter composting we did about 2 years ago, a rabbit had gotten in there and kind of burrowed his way in it. See if I have any pictures of that. I know I've posted in other videos. Made a whole tunnel in there and was enjoying winter. All the food scraps that I had, he was just lounging away on. Thank God he or she didn't die in there, and or have their litter in there. That would have been not good, especially as the piles heated up. Now it's getting hot, believe it or not. Sun is in almost the perfect spot. It's getting to be about noon, and wow, I'm sweating. Now, probably should take off my jacket. Of course, the sun will go away, and I'll get cold. So I'm almost finished with this pile. Let me straighten this out. Fill in all the corners. Okay, let me add some more carbon and some water. Obviously, there's still a lot of nitrogen in there. If not, it would be a lot drier, but it's perfect. It's going really well. That's what I kind of want. Okay, let me grab some more water. Perfect. Let's top off this pile. One interesting thing that can happen for your composting, for the area that you compost in, because as you add water and maybe rainwater washes somehow, there's so much nitrogen getting into the soil. Don't be surprised if you actually have a lot of good growth right in front of your compost bin. If your grassy area, the grass will start growing pretty thick and healthy, because it's just getting that much. And obviously, as I'm shoveling here, I'm leaving some compost, and it's all good stuff. Good stuff for any plants. So I've heard me say this before: if you're not composting, you really ought to be, because it's amount of money you can save. Great. All right. Yeah, not bad. A few more. Sometimes I'll have my son out here with me, and we'll pull all the piles out at once and mix them all together. But I'm alone today, so that ain't happening. I'll do one at a time. And a little piece of wood there. Perfect. Okay. So then we'll grab a thermometer. Now, if you're not familiar with this, we'll leave a link to this below. It's a compost thermometer, and as you can see, it's very long. They make them longer, but it's about 20 inches. And what that does is allows you to put it in your pile, and it's going to let you know the temperature deep inside, because on the outer end it's going to be cold, and that's why we turn it, so we can get it heated up again. But in the inside, you'll see the temperatures, and it'll have goes all the way up to this one goes up to 180 to about 180, which I've yet to get it that hot, but I did get it 166 one time, and I was like, wow, that's hot. So definitely, if you're composting, get this so that you can see what the problems are. Other than like I said, if it smells bad, like an ammonia or a sulfur smell, that means you have too much nitrogen. You need to put in some carbon. And if it's just very dry, you obviously don't have enough nitrogen. You need to put more of that. You have too many carbons. So the temperature usually will tell you how you're going. And they have other ones that kind of tell you where optimal temperatures are. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to put this in the center, push it all the way down. And then I'm going to cover this up. Okay. Oh, there we go. And like I said, I have three more piles to do. So I know this video might have seemed a little long-winded, but I actually wanted to show you the whole process. I've been out here so far for about 10 minutes, and it wasn't so bad by myself. If you have someone helping you, you're going to turn a pile real quick. It's not so bad, and it's really getting hot. You can probably see the sweat on my face. It's crazy. I almost feel like it's summer, even though thermostat says about 25 degrees. But like I said, it's not bad coming out in the winter. At least you're getting outside, and you can look at your garden as you're doing your compost pile and say, all right, get ready for another month or two. We're going to be out here, well, maybe 2 months, be out here for a while. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. I hope you're trying winter composting. Like I said, it's really not that bad. And think of the rewards when you're done in a couple of months. Think about ready for the spring. So please leave us a comment. Let us know how we're doing. And be sure to hit that like and subscribe. So until next time, remember, yes, we can.